Welcome back, guys, as we dive into MaxPax versus Kelazhur action from this group stage. Group A, WardiTV Ellie Invitational. Top right-hand side, our Blue Protoss player from Storm Gaming. Give it up and make some noise if you are cheering on MaxPax. Way, woo! As a real, like, hey, I was just in Katowice last week intro, and like, my brain just went into like autopilot mode of just doing a sick, like, hey, make some noise intro, you know? We don't actually have anyone here to make some noise, unfortunately. As in the bottom left, our Orange Terran is gonna be Team Liquid's Kelazhur. Whoa! Kelazhur! Kelazhur! What a god. Ellie can make some noise. Hopefully soon. Ellie is in the hospital still right now, so I'm hoping she can come home this week. That's why this is the WardiTV Ellie Invitational. Making some monies for the poor little Ellie. There's a couple of SCVs. What's going to come in for this probe? Probe taking quite a bit of damage, and then she's going to be seeing the command center coming down onto the natural reactor coming up on the barracks. It's going to drop this depot down as well. So just getting all of that started up. Again, Cybercore, Nexus, all of this building here. Probe on the way as well. CV just producing in the main base too, as that probe will go wandering across. On the upper right hand side, the probe just going to come all the way back into the main base. Nothing really too crazy here, guys, to start us off with. I mean, this really is kind of... yeah, not to be boring, just like there isn't really a lot going on to kick things off here, right? This is just very standard stuff. We've got an expansion on both sides. We're not going to see that Twilight Council from MaxPax. That obviously also indicates the idea that we're going to be going into our Blink opening, so that's nice to see, of course. But other than that, yeah, everything pretty is just kind of, you know, really is just kind of following the norm for the moment. Marines get here. We'll take out this Adept, by the way, so Adept did kill an SCV, and it killed one Marine, and a second SCV as well. I guess that one was across the map scouting, so we'll go down. Was that the SCV across the map? It must have been, right? Yeah, he scouts the Twilight Council, so he gets good info because he's actually opened without the Reaper. So Kelazhur skipping over the Reaper means that he's not going to be able to scout as easily, so it's more important that that SCV scouts in than ever before, really. So that was actually very good information. That was something that was really good to do, and definitely puts you into a bit of a better spot. Twitter mine will burrow up. That's going to be seeing a few Marines. Pushing now just to push the Adept away, trying to shove MaxPax a little bit away from the front lines here. Let's try and scare him off as the Adept Shade will continue by. Down to the bottom left. 3 gateways producing, Blink on the way, Warp Gate finishing up on that Cybercore, and these Marines will finish off the Adept here. Also just going to finish that up with the Adept down. Maybe these Marines can move on to do something a little extra. Prism on the way out the Robo. Again, a couple of SCVs just producing Siege Tank on the way. Starport about to finish up that Tech Lab 2. The Raven on the way out. Obviously, the Raven is something you can sneak in to build more easily nowadays. It's just much more cost efficient to build. Quicker to build. So yeah, you can sneak into more of your builds. Obviously, in TVP, it's a very useful unit. I really feel like I haven't seen a lot of Ravens this weekend from Katowice. Trying to think about, like, did I see many Ravens in Katowice? Not really, not for TVP openers. Not early on. We actually saw a lot more kind of bio-focused openers, like faster stim pack and stuff. That's very interesting. It's not to say they didn't exist, right? But there was definitely much more emphasis on the TVPs I saw on kind of going past the Ravens. That is intriguing. I wonder why. Full gates from MaxPax, by the way, so he's just going to full gate Blink here and try to apply enough pressure to, well, just get very far ahead early. We know that that's what MaxPax likes to do. He loves his 4-gate playing. Decent map for it, no rampage in the natural especially, usually goes pretty well. There's the Raven, and I guess here's the problem with the Raven. It goes down almost immediately. And that auto turret doesn't really help as much as before in this scenario. It's not as tanky, so Stalkers will just blink out here. And just going to be having basically a situation where Kelazhur is, defending well, but it's already cost him a Raven, so it's already efficiency-wise probably pretty good for MaxPax, because that's a Raven that can't interference Matrix, his follow-up tech units, or anti-armor missile, his spam of gateway units. This is not a good blink as we go into the natural. The siege tank goes down eventually, sure, but took a while to get there. The mass SCV repair is probably enough to keep this bunker alive, and that was just messy. If all the Stalkers go on that tank straight away, they probably then also kill the bunker. But, it was just, like I say, a bit of a messy blink. It wasn't ideal, to say the least. I'm going to go around the left side. Series going down. Just going to be seeing our few Marines tank getting back to it as well. Stalker still pushing the front, Forge on the way, Charge on the way, and the Sentry coming up as well. Nexus will be finishing on the third in the next few moments. It's going to be seeing this Prism. Going to move toward the front. Figure out what it wants to do. A few Stalkers here from MaxPax still hanging around. So MaxPax doesn't feel like you can do too much with the main force, but obviously always potential with these kind of moves. 4 Stalkers in the main, blink, get yourself a few workers, one shot in these SCVs. 4 workers just down instantly. Helps to keep control of this game as Kelazhur. It's so hard to stop that kind of damage being done, while also leaving a good amount of units to not die at the front in case this larger Stalker force comes in, or in case all the Stalkers come in. You're obviously pretty blind in these scenarios. You don't really have perfect map vision like you might want to have. That just makes your life that little bit tougher. So, yeah, the MaxPax just kind of abusing that. These Marines would love to get, probes off this mineral line, but the Zealots and a Sentry or 2 in position. There's no charge yet, but it's okay. It literally just finished as I was double-checking the timing of it. Charge is done. I just don't think you do enough with 8 Marines over here, so let's see. I mean, maybe you can survive the couple of Zealots. He sees the Zealots, going to go around the other way, and again, really focus on the probes. Obviously wouldn't have hated a stim onto and killing of the sentries, but yeah, he wanted probes. He doesn't really see enough of an opportunity. He forces a warp, and he's just going to back this medevac off. And Kelazhur's going to get ready to start pushing now. He has a 3rd CC that has just finished up, so he's got 3 bases he can utilize. He will go 4th and 5th racks behind this, and Stalker's MaxPax spots this attack coming, so he keeps those alive, pulling them back nice and quickly. Rest of our bio still chasing through, and Stalker's continuing to blink away over to the right. And this Prism is about to head into the main base, so it's going to unload here next couple of moments. Met by 2 Vikings, which means you can't do anything more than the initial unload of units that you brought with you. And these Marines would have intercepted the Prism, hence why it turned back around into the Viking. So good positioning and good movement from Kelazhur. Shutting this down, apart from the fact that he's actually taking quite a bit of damage on the Viking. He lost a few bio units in the main base, so apart from that, everything else was kind of a good cleanup on this. Just feels like the actual units in the base are lasting way longer than they should have done without any amount of healing or anything of that sort. Now, we actually do have MaxPax kind of jumping on this army, feeling as though he had the opportunity. Rest of the bio pushing up the top. Storm +1 armor, all of that coming through. We're going to grab ourselves a Sentry here as well. Zealots going through. The Stalkers would love to try and get the siege tank, not quite able to. Now I feel like Kelazhur's going very far forward. He does have other tanks kind of further back. He loses the one in the front. We've got the High Templar in the Warp Prism waiting to be used. They've got Storms. They've got the energy for Storms as well, I would imagine at this point, or at least very soon they will. This Kelazhur doesn't really make progress on this upper left side. He's losing a few SCVs at home again. And he just mules up his 3rd base as we look back here, and just now starting his +1 armor. Goes to Academy 2, is obviously feeling as though it's going to be essential, given the fact that High Templar numbers are currently on the way up. This Bioforce gathering on the front lines of the 3rd. And seeing where MaxPax is going to attempt to come from here. Big round of Zealots, so again, a lot of units that want to try and pressure forward here. Wouldn't mind shot kind of gets blinked away from too major of an issue. Just going to see the SCV going down, the bunker holding on. One more storm in the bio taking just a little bit more damage. SCVs will be dropping. So a lot of workers dropping down here. The Marauder's going to go down. One more storm on the bio army as well. It's going to do very well with that. Just going to see Zealots at the same time, though, in this mineral line. And again, SCV counts are just being dropped at the moment. So MaxPax keeping control of this game. And I don't know if he's got enough to really attack in here. He doesn't have a lot of splash. And against enough bio, obviously, that could be scary. He's using the Zealots to tank to allow him to come forward and take down more important units. A tank, medevacs, etc. But that was a lot of Zealots he gave up. So MaxPax will probably have to go running for a little bit here and give it a little bit of time. Get rebuilt. Looks as though you'll have Colossi probably for the next fight. And then just going from there. So it's going through. Wouldn't mind disconnect on the army, but nothing major. So we have MaxPax actually going to back away. During all this, 5 bases setting up for him, so he's already on the 4, looking for number 5. Single Marine is going to go venture forward initially. All the way across the other side, he's going to be seeing the Zealot warping in. He's going to turn around and take down this Marine. So Zealot's warping in, just going to be seeing our Widowmine going to try and get burrowed. Is going to not go off, actually. EMPs are good, though. Hits a lot of the armies. It's kind of caught between ramps. This kind of position going from the 4th to this right side 5th is going to be a little awkward, actually, for MaxPax, maybe. So something we can keep an eye on. Zealots go running in. SCV's taking damage already. So a few SCVs already going down. 4 workers killed. 5 workers killed. Again, this just tells needing to try and minimize what sort of damage is dealt over here. MaxPax has, honestly, a small army, but a ton of workers, so his rebuild potential is massive. If Kelazhur wants to go, maybe sooner rather than later, don't let that bank build up, and also don't let the Colossus count get too much higher, right? Because then it's going to be almost impossible to truly attack into MaxPax, so I feel like that has to be something we look toward now. So pulls backing away. The Zealot top left was just keeping some map control. That's something Kelazhur can clean out, but I am just worried that Kelazhur, like I say, hasn't sprung the trap already. He's not gone. I mean, okay, now we're going to split up a few units, run up this right side, and potential to clean out a mineral line over there, but while that is nice, MaxPax also sees it coming, so he actually gets a warp in, so actually, never mind. This gets denied, and now we are going to take this fight with 3 Colossi. I really feel like that's terrifying. 3 Colossi of splash damage, you have nothing to deal with them. Make it 4. You still have High Templars and Storms available too. MaxPax has so much opportunity here to get serious damage done. Command Center, once again, has its SCVs pulled away as the Zealots just work their way through a few of these workers at the start. 12 dead, 44 workers left alive, and again, you just can't rebuild off of this. As Kelazhur, and that is his issue. No chance to rebuild, no chance to really reset in this game. And that's what he was to kind of, like I say, smash an army of MaxPax and then go across the map and kill a base or two, but obviously right now he doesn't even have that much of an army supply advantage compared to what he could have had or what he has had. And Storm was great as well. It keeps so much of the bio back, not fighting for such a long time. Makes such a big difference when those units are just away from the fight and, like I say, not really taking part at all. Sarkhan goes down, the Colossi still clearing up, the people keep going down. Dark Shrine coming up in the base on the tops, just getting that set up as well. Gonna try and drop on top of these Colossi and get some cleanup, so here we go. The opportunity for Kelazhur, maybe. He kills 1, he kills 2, he kills nowhere near enough. GG's. MaxPax will take the 1-0 lead. Took a little while to get there, but was Yepa really not in control of the game? I feel like all the way throughout he was up a game in the bottom right. Gonna be our Blue Protoss player from Sidestone Gaming. It is MaxPax. Top left, our Orange Terran. From Team Liquid, give it up if you're cheering on Kelazhur. Again, guys, we got Group B of this event tomorrow. Playoffs on Thursday. If you want to be able to catch more, just come right back to the channel. Hit the follow button to see when we're live, of course, in the future. And again, if you like doggos, then check if you have a Prime sub available, and your Prime sub can help Ellie. Hashtag Primes for Ellie, something like that. Now we're getting real sellout, right? Hashtag Primes for Ellie. Probe will just harass here initially. Double gas from Kelazhur, so we'll not be looking for as fast of an expansion, but this early probe allows you to see this as MaxPax, so you know what's up, you know it's not going to be, mind-gamed or anything like that. As our Reaper will start. And just going to be seeing our SCV and our probe kind of going up against each other. As our probe turns back around, going to go back down through the center. And down to the south. Reaper is on the way up and just going to be seeing our factory, so obviously that's expected to see the factory before we expand here. So bring the factory through, just going to be seeing 3 workers and gas. This will be an expansion following up. 2 Reapers and probably a Hellion then out the factory initially as well. You can see Kelazhur really trying to apply some pressure here in these early stages, so that will seemingly be his plan. As we get this set up to go. Goes out to the front, the Adept will turn back around. We'll chase that Reaper away. Actually gets the kill, and it's low zone madness. Wow, that's a nice catch from MaxPax. Getting rid of that. Especially when you go in multiple Reapers and a Hellion, it just really takes the kick out of the fact that you're trying to get multiple up, right? As now this Adept is going to try and get rid of an SCV, which it will be able to. Just going to try and come out as the Hellion. We'll put some damage in, and this Adept looks as though it will just about get away. Second Adept coming up to join some of this fun. And actually need to be careful with this Hellion, because otherwise you obviously do not really want to be losing this. The other Adept will have regen some shields here as well. This Hellion's going to go down. Enough damage on these Adepts to justify this. We're going to probably get one more Reaper kill. I think it's okay. 2 Reapers and a Hellion and an SCV, delaying the CC a while, and you get 2 Adepts. Especially when Kelazhur is aiming to be aggressive. I think that's actually okay for you as MaxPax. Thank you, Dr. Cashew, for the 23-month resub. Much appreciated. And thank you, Athena, for the £15 donation for Ellie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it as our Adept will come out and try and grab a... Well, this Reaper will die if MaxPax wants to kill it. The question is, was he going to commit the Adept? And well, the Adept was probably dead, right, with the Shade already moving forward. Hellion low HP, again, I don't mind it because it feels as though you're taking away the potential to be aggressive here as Kelazhur. Now you've got your Oracle up as well. It's actually already coming out across the map. Cyclone building from Kelazhur, so see what this Oracle can get done. Probably going to be here just a little bit before the Cyclone. So as long as it gets out before the Cyclone gets a good lock on onto it, this should be some good damage. A fresh mule, thank you very much. An engineering bay building, thank you very much as well. Now some SCVs out here too, or just some Marines. There's the lock on, but the Cyclone can't really stay in the right position to stay locked onto that. Still actually gets a few more shots. I thought it was going to get unlocked after, well, I think 2 shots prior to when it did. So I thought it wasn't going to do anywhere near as much as it did, but actually turned out pretty okay in that regard. This Oracle pulls back down to the south. A few more Adepts just warping in the Twilight Council building. Those Adepts going to begin to shade out up to the top side of the map as well. Gonna walk along this line. That's almost perfect, right? Like, walk along the line. Are we worried about this attack as Kelazhur? I don't think so, right? You got 2 Cyclones, you got a bunch of Marines. The only thing I think would be majorly concerned would be if the Cyclones locked onto the Adepts. I think that's the big mistake. Yeah. I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, as long as the Cyclones like lock onto the Oracles, they can clean it up. But the moment they locked onto an Adept, I was like, no! Because then the Oracles can dive the Cyclones, as you saw, and they do very well there. We do lose one more Oracle, though, so again, a little messy for MaxPax. Kills 3 SCVs, resets a lot of the army of his opponent, especially the Cyclones, which we're actually building another one of as Kelazhur, probably just to keep hunting Oracles. That's obviously a big delay, and, you know, Stim Combat +1 all on the way through, but none of that's going to be really with that many Marines, so, again, a good reset once again from the side of MaxPax, I think. Stalkers and the Oracle coming around the right. Just going to see the Cyclone down the left. A few Marines. Come along. Just going to have the Cyclone locking onto and trying to get rid of a Stalker, which would be a nice start. Again, utilizing the fact the Cyclone is locked onto something to get the kill on it. The Oracle comes through big. Gets rid of the Cyclone. And the Cyclones are just not having that great of a time with this right now, as our few Marines will retreat away to the north. So away they go again. Blink +1 all on the way up. The few extra pylons still continuing in. And the few Stalkers will make their way out up the left-hand side, going to head around to the top. It's a good revelation, just hitting these few units. Just going to be having our Stalkers ready to dive up into this main. It's going to be where Kelazhur have to be a little bit careful. As you see, he has a big stim. And he obviously needs to defend this. He doesn't want to let this do too much. Stalkers need to start getting out of here. They're blinking down. Losing a few on the low ground as well, though. Kelazhur capitalizing. But Kelazhur's down 20 workers at the moment. He's not in a great position. Things are not looking ideal for him. Quite frankly, just right now. Stalkers peel out to the right side. Just going to see a bit of the bio starting to move forward. Marines tickling the Oracle, and the Stalkers now coming through. Marauder going down. Marines taking some shots. Just going to be seeing a couple of extra racks building in the main. So again, all of that up and running. A few extra zealots from MaxPax is going to come out over the left side and just going to be seeing the Oracle just drop the Revelation. Marines and Marauders is going to get tagged for that. Men's Ray, thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime. For Ellie, thank you so much. Thinking we can just make a thing. Hashtag Prime for Ellie. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for subscribing and using your Prime on the channel. I mean, MaxPax is lurking outside the base. It feels like the moment Kelazhur moves out, he's in trouble. But the moment he's already in trouble sitting back. He's got to do something. This damage early from MaxPax has just added up into an insane MaxPax lead, quite frankly. And he is in a position now, I think, ready to close this out. As soon as he just gets a good fight, and well, here comes the push. So MaxPax knows the Oracle sees it coming. Going to be a flank, by the way, as well, as we're going to see the tank trying to siege. The Zealots from the left side as well. Not many Zealots from the right. Oh my god, the Widow Mines! Oh my god, that was kind of a little bit disgusting, though. Holy crap. Oh, why did it go back so far? Like to hear. These Widow Mines, man. They just do so much. Oh. Ouch.